Speaking of 2008, one of the ads run back then. Take a look.
Since the gas lines of the 70s, Democrats and Republicans have talked about energy independence, but nothing's changed. Except now Exxon's making $40 billion a year, and we're paying $3.50 for gas. I'm Barack Obama. I don't take money from oil companies or Washington lobbyists, and I won't let them block change anymore. They'll pay a penalty on windfall profits. We'll invest in alternative energy, create jobs, and free ourselves from foreign oil. I approve this message because it's time Washington worked for you, not them.
And as you look at the graphic of gas prices when President Obama took office, we've shown this before, $1.84 to now $3.81 a gallon. Charles.
The problem for Obama isn't that anybody is requiring or demanding a quick fix. It's that he's been in office for over 3 years. And as we saw in that 2008 ad, what was his answer to high prices in 2008? Alternative energy sources. That is not the answer. That's why the American people instinctively understand he is an enemy of the kind of energy America needs to sustain itself. So he starts in 2008, he talks about alternative energy. He gave a big speech a week ago on energy in which he said that oil and the fossil fuels are the fuels of the past. He says drilling isn't an answer or a plan. Of course it is. The American people understand that if you increase production, you can lower the price and decrease the dependency. And yet he talks about, and he subsidizes what? Solyndra? And then in that speech he talks about algae. The American people are not about to stuff seaweed in their gas tanks and think of it as a realistic solution. And Keystone, I think, was the killer, because there is no logical argument whatsoever against the Keystone pipeline. It's pure ideology. And they understand that, like Secretary Chu, the President and the whole administration is anti-oil, wants to actually see a decrease in supply, an increase in price as a way to get us on all this exotic stuff. And Keystone is the perfect example of something where there are no arguments against it, and yet he came out against it. And that's what I think is hurting him in terms of his political standing on this issue.